People've got to understand. You gotta attack, attack, attack. But don't get it mistaken. Certain individuals you don't attack, you run from. I'm talking, if I see you, and believe me, I will, I'll put you down quickly. Why don't you get up off the top of your bunk bed? Get down, get in front of the TV, and provide a little more serious effort into this game. Because what I'm talking about, what Dr. Disrespect's talking about, is some pain deliverance. And if you want to approach me, I'll be real serious with you. If you want to approach me, I will kill you immediately.
On January 11th, 2010, Guy Beam introduced YouTube, and more specifically, its gaming community, to Dr. Disrespect. If you're unfamiliar with Dr. Disrespect, you might think he's just another nutjob on the internet with a ridiculous mustache. Well, first of all, what mustache? That's Slick Daddy, and you watch what you say about him. Secondly, to understand why Guy's creation really stands out, you have to go through a crash course on the YouTube gaming community. The YouTube gaming community is a collection of video game enthusiasts who record their gameplay and share it on YouTube. They provide their own unique commentary over the footage, sometimes sharing tips and strategy, and other times simply telling an interesting personal story. While the community is filled with different people playing different games with different strategies and stories, they all for the most part follow the same formula. They put their gameplay on screen and talk. It's breaking this formula that makes Guy Beam's creation stand out so much. In Dr. Disrespect, Guy had created something the YouTube gaming community had never seen before. He manifested his love and passion for gaming into an extremely intense character. A character that was scary, weird, funny, and dead serious about gaming, but ultimately a character that looked to entertain in any way possible. Guy would go on to be hated by some, but praised by most as he created content on YouTube through Dr. Disrespect. It was the first time the YouTube gaming community had seen content like this, and in just a short time, they would witness another first through Guy as his experience as Dr. Disrespect would open new doors and propel his love for gaming to an entirely new level.
How the Doctor was created, well, I didn't have an idea for how he would look or even making YouTube videos or making videos in general. Basically, the creation of the Doctor started with changing my gamer tag. A few years ago, my gamer tag was Diarrhea Panic, and I was online with a few buddies, and they have ridiculous names as well. Cobradactyl, Laserfangs, but I was just in the lobby with them, and I was like, hey, I kind of want to change my gamer tag. What do you guys think? And I'm like, yeah, well, let's come up with some names. So we started talking names, and after 10 or 15 minutes of spitting out some of the most ridiculous material that probably wouldn't be approved on the Xbox, one just popped in my head, and it was Dr. Disrespect. So I guess with the creation of that gamer tag came the creation of the character. There weren't really any expectations of making a Doctor character come alive. Basically, I've always wanted to record gameplay and I went on YouTube and searched how to record gameplay from the Xbox. Came across a few findings. One was the actual device used to record, which is what I bought, called the Dazzle. And then there was other findings that I found, which were Modern Warfare 2 gameplays with people commentating over them. And at that time, I couldn't believe this. I thought this was awesome. This was a great idea. There's so many opportunities out there, and you could see sort of the general feedback these people are getting and the recognition. I thought this was really cool. There's so many opportunities. So that made me really anxious to get the device in my hands. So I believe it was a week or two after that, the Dazzle showed up in the mail. I hooked it up that night, recorded a whole bunch of crappy clips, put them together in this montage form, and recorded my voice over them. One of the voices that I generally just have fun with to use on Xbox Live. And we created sort of this unique video, this intense, unique villain type of character. I thought it was funny. My friends thought it was funny, but we wanted to take it to the next level. We wanted to give him a physical appearance. The Dr. Disrespect needs to be out there, needs to be physically seen. And so the next day I went to the costume store. Didn't really have any intentions or expectations of getting something specific. I just knew that there had to be a look to him, and he had to have a mustache. And searching, found the mustache. While searching, found a great mullet type of hairdo. And then while I walked out of the store, I spotted some sunglasses, and I was like, man, that just says Dr. Disrespect. So picked up all of this, went over to my buddy's house that night to record some. We didn't even have any ideas of what we wanted to do. It's sort of like that was sort of the freelance, off the top of the head approach that we always, and from the beginning all the way to the last Doctor video that was made, we always took that approach, like let's just wing it. But that night was it was an interesting night. It was a fun night because it was sort of a feeling out the character, like how does he act, how does he move, what's his tempo like, does he address the camera, does he how does he and after a few different skits, we recorded one, which was essentially the very first Doctor video, and from there, I think things took off.
In just a short time, Dr. Disrespect was quickly making his way around the interwebs. His YouTube channel began growing in viewership, G4TV.com wrote a short piece on him, and most importantly, other YouTubers were beginning to take notice.
Yeah, when I first created my YouTube channel, I started posting videos. I didn't. When it came down to my very first video, I didn't know this whole outlet. Like, how does it work? How do your videos get viewed? Who comes across them? So I had to learn all these new things, like how the search engine worked, the keywords, description, how you dress up your YouTube channel, how you network. The logistics of it all, I just didn't understand. So my approach was, hey, I'm going to just remain in character, and I'm going to reach out to a few of the bigger YouTubers. One of the bigger YouTubers at that time, I think I maybe had 100 subscribers, if that, maybe a few hundred. I reached out to Mr. 360 Games in an email, and fit the quotes. I think I called him a few names obviously out of character, or in character, and said, hey, check out my video. If you don't, I'd cut you up. Like one of those type of emails. And he actually viewed it, liked it, and did a shout out in one of his videos, and that sort of jump started my run.
One other person, his name is Dr. Disrespect. He has a little monologue at the beginning of every one of his videos that's just ridiculously funny, and he's just so creepy himself. It makes it so much more funnier, and he has this commentary throughout the video, and he's improving. I thought I would help him out. He didn't even ask me. I just really wanted to help him out on that because his videos are so funny.
And then Optic Nation, Hex, got in contact with me, said, hey, my boy Detreats came across one of your videos and really enjoyed what you're trying to do. Would you like to do a commentary over one of my videos? And I was At that time, I think I maybe had 1,000. I don't even know if I did. And that was a great opportunity, and that really jump-started the doctor's channel.
Fancy snipers deserve to have a fancy Optic Gaming intro. It's league time. When you're an elite sniper such as Optic X, you understand you get to the high ground. And when you get to the high ground, you snipe away. But if you miss while you snipe, you take out that loaded weapon and drop him real quick.
There was this whole, well, okay, I'll do the commentary over your gameplay, X. It goes up on your channel. All of a sudden, I get all this negative backlash. Like, who is this guy doing a commentary over your gameplay, X? You know, get him off your channel. I don't want to hear this guy. Was he a 40-year-old virgin? I heard all the negativity, and I was thinking, like, man, this is kind of cool. Because it really does show what I'm trying to accomplish. Like, the doctor's not going to be liked by everyone. I know that. It's a niche thing. But at the same time, he's not going to be liked by people in that niche. You know, sort of like the wrestling mentality. Like, there's villains in wrestling and there's good guys. But overall, you like wrestling if you're into that, you know? And I wanted to be the bad guy. I want to be the bad guy. That became quite apparent when that video went up on Hex's channel. But at the same time, that did grow a huge following, and that helped me sort of architect what the doctor would become thereafter.
With an all-black wardrobe, dark sunglasses, calling himself Dr. Disrespect and having the attitude to match, it's no surprise to see Guy's creation be viewed as a villain. But while he had the look, attitude, and voice of a villain, he was missing the music. And what's a good villain without the music?
The Doctor character will not be anywhere without the music, in my opinion, because that's what really drives me to throw a commentary down over gameplay. I mean, I wouldn't throw a commentary down, you know, over a free-for-all 30-2 if there was no music involved. I'm not going to sit there and talk to you about my stories and my personal life. I want to entertain. I want to either make people laugh, make people angry, or, you know, in a joking way, in a fun way, of course, but, you know, but I wouldn't do any of that without that music, that intense music. That's what really, really brands the Doctor. He goes out there and it's intense. And, you know, I wouldn't be able to do that without my buddies, Levity Sky, Josh and Casey, and you know, they create some really passionate music. Sometimes I feel like, man, I don't know if my commentary or my gameplay is deserving of your guys' music. And you know, I think what they're doing, what they're trying to accomplish is it's a matter of time before they actually hopefully get into a studio and record studio quality material, because right now everything's being driven through their digital recorder, and you know, I got a feeling that's going to change. They got new equipment coming in, and but you know, I think the Doctor character and Levity Sky, their music, they complement each other, and you know, without that, I don't think the Doctor character would exist.
Think of the Deftones with a sprinkle of a perfect circle, subtract the vocals, and you have Levity Sky and the great music you've been hearing throughout this project. While Casey and Josh like to humbly refer to their music as just a couple of guys messing with a digital recorder, it's clear they've developed a great sound. A sound that definitely complements Guy's creation. The combination of establishing the elements of what makes a Dr. Disrespect video, continuing to produce great content, and growing in popularity would eventually lead to a contract with Machinima. Machinima, the #1 video entertainment network for video gamers, has become the home for gaming-related videos on YouTube. While they're based out of LA and produce tons of in-house content, they sometimes extend contracts out to other YouTubers to submit their own unique creations under the Machinima name. And that's exactly what Guy did. As time went on, he submitted videos to Machinima, who introduced his content to an entirely new audience. While some thought Dr. Disrespect was a bit bizarre, most enjoyed his work, especially the Machinima employees themselves.
Alright, finally, one of my favorite videos to go up in the last few weeks. In fact, it's kind of It's kind of poetic that we're doing this in the dark right now because this video comes from Dr. Disrespect. If you haven't seen Dr. Disrespect's videos, he's got 2 up now at this point. One with his FAL, his Toxic Foul, and his Scar. Go watch Dr. Disrespect. Don't read the comments. There's a lot of people that get it, a lot of people that don't get it. Dr. Disrespect is fucking amazing. And his 2-minute intros are the best part of his videos. So go check him out. I wish he'd make a video a day. This dude kills me.
The Machinima employees enjoyed his content so much that he was given the opportunity to be a premiere director for the company. Think of it as a promotion in YouTube video land.
So I heard Machinima Respawn is having some little precious contest. Premier Director. I guess I applied for it. I want to know the results, who won. Do you know? Excuse me for 1 second.
Mấy nó màu cầm đề xem nè nè. Còn trong quả hả? Sống trong quả cầm đề nè. Còn trong mà. Còn xem nè mà bà.
So it looks like I won the contest.
While everything was going great for Dr. Disrespect, they were about to get even better for Guy Beam. As with the rest of his time in the gaming world, things were not about to slow down, and the best was yet to come. In early 2010, the video game development studio Infinity Ward, owned by Activision and popular for their involvement in the Call of Duty franchise, announced that they were making some high-profile firings. Piggybacking that information, Activision revealed plans about where they were taking their billion-dollar video game franchise in the future. Part of that future involved a newly formed development studio called Sledgehammer Games. Led by Glenn Schofield and Michael Condrey, this new studio was rumored to be working on everything from a Call of Duty in space to a Call of Duty massive multiplayer online game. In early 2011, a job posting by Sledgehammer revealed that they would actually be continuing Call of Duty in the first-person genre its fans had come to know and love. But what was the position they were looking to fill?
You know, when I first heard about the Sledgehammer Games position, at that time I was temporarily working at Stanford University, and you know, I didn't really know where I wanted to go. I just know I've always wanted to get into the video game industry, the interactive entertainment industry, and you know, but like I had no experience. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't have any contacts. Like, what would I actually do? I can't be a programmer. I can't be a level designer. I can't be, you know, an artist or a visual effects guy. I can't be in the audio. I mean, I didn't have the background. I didn't have the education. But like, so what would I be able to do? Well, I mean, the only thing that really made sense to me was to possibly become a community manager, based on sort of my experiences that I've gained in the creation of the Doctor character from a social media perspective, in terms of growing the Twitter and the Facebook, and how to grow a YouTube channel, how to read feedback, engage with your fans, your audience, and at the same time to be able to be involved in all of this and understand video games. It just made sense.
Guy was definitely qualified for the community manager position, as he had built a strong following for Dr. Disrespect with his YouTube channel, Twitter, and Facebook pages. In fact, it was about a month after Sledgehammer Games began their search for a community manager that Guy Beam posted this on Dr. Disrespect's Twitter account. At the time, fans of the Doctor had no idea what was going on. And little did we know exactly what "I guarantee this isn't the last time you'll hear from me" actually meant. The same day Dr. Disrespect made his announcement was the day Guy Beam opened his own personal Twitter account. And a month later, to everyone's surprise, Sledgehammer Games officially announced the hiring of Guy as their community manager. The ride Guy has been on is nothing short of incredible. In just a short time, he went from creating content through the Dr. Disrespect character to using what he learned to qualify for a position working on what is arguably the most popular video game franchise ever. Through all of this, I'll tell you firsthand that Guy has remained an incredibly humble person. Little did I know when I approached the man behind Dr. Disrespect that I'd be speaking to such a kind and professional individual. While some might say Guy's been lucky, I believe we make our own luck. That's exactly what Guy did when he created Dr. Disrespect. In my eyes, Guy was the first person to truly bring something new to an audience on YouTube so used to seeing the same thing over and over again and accepting it. It's this creativity and passion that the people at Sledgehammer Games saw when they hired him, making this story that much more special. It's been a pleasure working with Guy, and I wish him the best of luck with anything and everything in the future. You know, unless Modern Warfare 3 sucks, then all bets are off. Nah, but for his sake, I hope the game is a huge success, and this great ride he's been on continues at its amazing pace. Thanks for watching.
You know, it's pretty crazy to go from a small 40-year-old sleazy Dr. Disrespect 5-subscriber channel to becoming a Machinima Premier Director, and then in a matter of months jumping into the deep end of the pool on the biggest video game in the history of video games, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And it's absolutely nuts. You know, the time frame in which it happened, what, a year and a half, 2 years? It's nuts. It's crazy. I'm still trying to fathom it, you know. Right now, working at Sledgehammer Games, and it's been a fantastic experience. You know, sometimes I don't stop and think about it, but you know, as I'm recording this, I am. It's pretty cool.
Alright guys, so just to wrap everything up, you know I couldn't go this entire interview without asking you about Dr. Disrespect. His last video was posted to Machinima on February 11th, 2011, so it's been a while. That video was that awesome shootout video. It was really crazy. It was a great video, but yeah, I have to ask, is the Doc making a comeback anytime soon? Are we going to see him again? Guy? Guy, did I lose you?
Ha